What's up, everyone? Hope you're having a good day. Today I want to make a video about maybe you're looking into making your first modification on your car, performance modification, and generally the first thing people do is a new air intake, whether it be a cold air intake or short ram or what have you. With the Charger and Challenger 392s, there are plenty of options out there, and in this video I want to go over what I think is the best one to make. So with the Challenger and the Charger, running the 392 Hemi, there is a lot of heat in that engine bay, and there are a lot of open element air filters or intake systems that pull air from the engine bay that might actually hurt performance rather than improve. And no one's out there wanting to spend their hard-earned money on things that are making cars slower. So I want to show what I've done to my car. I don't have any installation video on this. If you want to see a pretty good one, check out Project 392. He makes a video of the whole process, and I actually followed that on mine, so it worked out quite well. So check that one out if you're looking into doing this modification. But let's go ahead and go over to the car. Alright, here's a big gal. Of course, if you hear thunder out in the distance, rains every day in Florida right now, so it's been very disappointing. So what I have here is in my intake system, and if you didn't know any better, it looks completely stock, right? Well, it isn't. So what I have here, what I've done is the Hellcat lower air box, and I want to go over why I think that is the best option for these cars. So as I said before, you don't want any open filter sitting right here, because it's just going to pull air from the extremely hot engine and it's going to cause your performance to take a hit. And really, most of the sealed air boxes cost $400 or so, and if you decide to go with the Hellcat lower air box, I picked mine up for $120, I think. And really, you can't beat that. So what it does, it reuses the top of the air box, but everything below that essentially is replaced. And it's larger in diameter, and it also pulls air now from the front grille as well as underneath the car instead of just underneath the car. So once you're moving on the freeway, you're going to be picking up air directly in front of you instead of air off the ground. Well, also you'll be picking it up from both places. So also, I have a air filter that finally arrived that I ordered forever ago. I guess these are on back order, but this is the stock Hellcat air filter. It's like Molly LX3482. So this is the stock Hellcat air filter. It drops right in to this stock air box. So this will work on both Chargers and Challengers. Chargers don't have it quite as easy as the Challengers. Challengers, you already have the double headlight deal with the hole in the middle that picks up the air, and I think you just pop out a little tab, and you can plumb it right in, just add the air box, and you're good to go. With the Charger, you have to take the whole front bumper off, and it's kind of a pain. But I did it. It wasn't that bad. Don't let that scare you away from doing the work, and it didn't take all that long. But so here's the air filter. This is what comes. This is not the Mopar part number, but this is the company that supplies them. So I ordered straight from the supplier instead of going through Mopar. I believe it's a little bit cheaper, but here's the air filter. and some of the information on it. And I want to say there's a number on here that says how much air that it flows. Oh, I believe it's the 2088. So I'm going to go ahead and just replace this filter. This is the only thing I haven't done yet, is replace the actual, I'm still running the factory air filter that came with the car. So I'm just going to pull that real quick. We'll just compare the differences real fast, and then that'll be it. But in my opinion, you know, no air filter or no intake system on this car is going to produce much horsepower, if any. I don't expect this to make any power, but what I do hope to do is to limit the amount of heat soak. So what I'm trying to do here is keep the power and not lose the power when it gets super hot out. Being I'm in Florida, that's pretty much 3 of the 4 seasons it's super hot out. So your only other option that I know of that I would have gone with is the LMI cold air intake, but you have to, it looks great. It's got the carbon fiber tubing, and it's got puts the filter down in the fender well, but you do have to modify the car a little bit to get it to fit. And also, I don't trust open filters in Florida with how, you know, within 10 minutes you could have a minor flood with how much rain sometimes comes down. And my previous car, I almost hydrolocked it by running into a big puddle that just from a torrential downpour. So I'm not down with that. I prefer this system, and that's why I think it's the best. It's the cheapest. You do have to put a little work in, but I think it's worth it. So anyway, this is overkill with my impact wrench, but that's okay. Alright, you do have to loosen this, which I already have, and then you can pull this tube right from the valve, underneath the valve cover, which I've done that as well. So this should come off now. There it is. And then let's do a comparison. This car has 9,000 miles on it. So it may be a little dirty, but there's definitely some dirt in there. Okay, so this one has a lot more information on it. Let's see if I'm in frame. Yellow. Alright, so this has a lot of information on it as far as it can flow 731 CFM and whatnot. Dust capacity. I guess it'd be helpful if this had that kind of information on it, but it doesn't. But you can see, I mean, they're exactly constructed the same. My understanding is that the factory air filter flows right out what the car produces to flow 485 horsepower. So if the filter gets dirty, then your power is going to start going down. With the Hellcat air filter, you know, it can flow 707 horsepower. So even if this filter gets a little dirty, it's still going to outperform this one clean. So go ahead and throw this in. This fits, I know this fits 6.4s and 5.7s. I'm not sure if it fits the 3.6, but you know, even if you're not going to do anything to the intake, throw one of these filters in. They're like $20. So let's go ahead and throw that in. Ridiculous. So go ahead and, it only takes a few seconds, but take off the oil cap, pull off the valve cover, and don't attach it from right here, or detach it from here. Detach it from here, from the throttle body. That gives you more room to to work with. So you just set down, there's some tabs back here, there's 3 of them. You get the back of the airbox in there, and then you can simply take these screws, which, why screws? I mean, my wife's car just has these little clips. You just take them off by hand. Of course, her car doesn't make anywhere near this power. Maybe something to do with it. I don't know. So you should just go back down. These are like serious screws. Seems kind of weird. This one back up. Plug this boy back in. And these valve covers. Forget about this breather tube. The humidity in Florida is just horrible. Don't move here. All right, got it on. To show the where the filter is now, or the where the air gets pulled in from the front. If you go find your local Hellcat, you can see this yourself. But if you look right past the Hellcat emblem here, see if I can. So on the right side of the screen you can see the opening. There it is. So there's a rectangle opening right there that pulls air in, and then there is now this tube right here. It goes around around the headlight and goes in right here, and then feeds the airbox. I could have shown that when I had the airbox open, but didn't think of it. So anyway, there's the Hellcat lower airbox, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off with my recommendation to do that before you decide to spend even more money and put some sort of other air filter in the car, which probably isn't going to make any power. Maybe it will heat soak faster than the factory one. And yeah, you'll look cool. That counts for something, I guess. But performance is why you buy these cars, right? So you want it to perform the best it can. So, all right, we'll catch you on the next video.